So can we now start? Okay. So
Yeah. Let me see. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to day 3 of the E-Africa Challenge. Yes, I'm here once more, Oscar Michael, and it's a pleasure to be having you all join us today once more. Today, we are going to be speaking with the developers, the creative minds and brains behind Kayfo Games, which is a game studio based in Senegal. And in the call, we have,
yeah.
yeah, they are.
So we have a Serene game designer at Kayfo Games.
Yeah,
Cherno, one of the programmers, developers, and we have Guillaume, another game designer. So that's very versatile. Today we wanted to present one of the games that we did last year, which was Clean My Beach. So Beach is basically, I think, can you guys see the screen? You guys can see the screen we shared, right?
not yet.
Yeah. So Clean My Beach is a game where you have to throw stuff you see from the beach in the trash, right? And so the goal of the game is to clean. Yeah, basically clean. It's very self-explanatory, and as you see, there's some levels, and the more the more garbage you clean, like the more like animals and the more animals are restored and come back, to the
And the
beach.
cleaner the beach gets, the welcomer gets, because then animals will be able to come back and the life start again. So that's the goal. The goal would be to clean and to restore life as it was.
Exactly. And so the way you play this game is basically by the game is first of all was on mobile devices, but for the sake of the presentation, we decided to put it in in browser
Yeah,
to do a browser build. And so just so you know, the way you play it is as you see with like the finger, you just take it, you drag it, and then you release it, hoping that it's gonna get in. And if it gets in, you can keep playing. And you lose one, for instance, look like I missed it, and so it's actually over. But as you see, I have some currency, some in-game currency that can allow me to continue.
yeah.
And this currency can also do much more, as you're going to see, because how can I say this? Like,
The game on itself has created some,
yes.
how can I say this, interest in the environment community, such as we managed to have activities such as planting trees in the name of the game. Like if you reach a certain score, a tree can be planted in your name, and it has gained a certain community, which is in favor of the environment, and that's always a good thing. So. It showcased the need, if you will, the need to for an environmental cause, and also it established how the possibilities we can have here, not only in terms of environmental cause, but also talents in our country, in Africa in general, game design, and what game can do actually to serve a certain cause and to advertise some causes such as the cleaning the environment and stuff and such.
And so as you can see, like there are many, just like he said, not only like in-game rewards, but also some physical rewards, as in the impact that you bring when you have a good score. Like when you have the best score monthly, like what we did was we would plant trees in the name of those that had the highest scores. And so this was like as an effort to like help people, to make people care more about the environment, which is a very important cause. And in Africa, we haven't reached this stage yet where we are where we're like very conscious about it, and so
Yeah.
that's what this game is really all about. And it's, even though it's like for a certain cause, it's also very fun. And right now I'm gonna do a contest with my associate channel, and we're gonna try to like each one kind of have the
And when you reach further level, you can see that we can use the trash that we collected to recycle in order to show that all the trash that we can restore the trash by recycling it and using those objects that we recycle in order to sell them or use them in other aspect. And yes,
as you can see, like the things that you collect here, with the currency and the amount of trash that you collected, you can like turn it into like some toys or some bottles or different things, as you can see. And so it has like very like lots of possibilities. So for instance, I'm going to recycle the water bottles that I found on the ground, and then it just gave me this, and I earn, and it also allowed me to earn some in-game currency. And so as you can see, there is so much more to recycle. And so like those are the kind of visual rewards that you see here. Like you can recycle stuff, and you can also help animals survive. And this also is kind of very similar to real life, as in if people were to actually care about their environment, like the beach, this would bring a lot of fish back or other animals, and also we could, with all the waste, restore, recycle them into like more useful objects.
Yeah.
So this is what this game tries to illustrate in the simplest way possible, while at the same time, using some very fun mechanics.
The game is available in French and also English. So we've tried to maximize our reachability and showcase what can be done in the environment. So I think right now you see a bit of a gameplay between Sergin and Channel.
Yeah.
I will go first.
It's really cool.
I think I will have a bit serious.
Channel is better at this game than Sergin.
Because I was doing a lot of testing while we was developing the games.
Yeah, being the main programmer of the game, I think he has much more understanding of what is happening in the game.
Let's go.
It's actually a draw. As you saw previously, I did 28, and he just did 28. It might not be a matter of experience.
We will let Sergin test for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got that.
Yeah, just one last.
Okay.
Last one.
Not me, I just forget to play.
Okay, you want to play? Okay.
So I'll try.
Okay.
But I am very competitive, so I might actually be better than you.
Okay.
So as you can see, it's actually quite fun and engaging, and that's the goal here. Making a subject such as the environment at least entertaining, because you know how hard it can be
Yeah.
for a lot of people to really keep being interested in something like that worldwide.
Yeah.
And having such gamification of the cause can actually generate more interest. It's really fun, doing this, and imagine like the possibilities you can have when you engage people in such activities, in such games. It sticks to the mind actually, and then in your everyday behavior, you get to believe that you can make some change.
Yeah. I actually love the mechanics, especially when whatever you're throwing into the bin, it's probably the lead, like a part of it, and not goes directly. So the way it topples over, I really like that about the game. And yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So you said it's in English and French. right?
Yes, yes, it's in English and French. It's just that I think this build on itch.io is not, was actually in,
Yeah, I think this build
is only in French.
this build is French, but yeah,
If,
the game is available in English as well,
yeah,
and they can be implemented in many languages. We can.
and if you were to download it, I think if you were to download it, it will be in English because it's available on Play Store and
Yes.
it's also available on the App Store as well.
Yeah. I have shared the link on the chat, the comment section, as well as the link to Kayfo Game Studios. So people can go there and learn more because right here, right now, I'm seeing there are lots more. There are more games than this, but then we're starting out, so no problem. We're going to go into all of them very shortly. So, yeah, can you hear me clearly?
Hmm?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you.
Okay, awesome then. So yeah, so let's. I feel like we went straight into the game, which is good, very very good, and I really like the game. I love the mechanics. I love what the game is teaching. I love the various levels and activities you can do. So let's take a little step back, and you made mention of some really interesting stuff. I would love you to really emphasize on more. Here you are speaking about planting of trees in the name of the highest scorers. Let's talk a little more about that. Let's hear what you have done. Let's hear how you're doing it. Let's see how does it work.
Well, how does it work? I think it's kind of self-explanatory. You know, the fact that the more you score, the more you claim, the more you collect,
Yeah,
the coins or currency you earn, and those currencies and those trash that you collect can
yeah,
be transformed, recycled in many other objects such as uh,
Like bags
what?
or buckets.
Yeah, more like trash bags and buckets and stuff like that. That maximizes your capacity to collect other trash, other trashes. And I think it's like we're trying to help people understand that your direct actions or direct consequences of your actions. If you start cleaning, if you start having those good behavior, good habits. The environment restores itself and that's the kind of behavior you see when we talked earlier about the animals coming back to the sea, to the levels. So yeah, basically it's a game where you aim, you collect trashes, you aim, you try to collect as much trashes as you can, and then you have this mechanic, this recycling mechanic that allows you to collect more and more and more, and be better at the game, and at the same time teach us that it's always good to do more. It's always better to do more because, well, you see that directly in your environment, in your game first, and then in your environment. And in this way, we try to encourage other game studios and other NGOs to participate in such. We've had actually good interest in such activities from NGOs, and we hope that it's continued this way. You know, we hope that it continues this way because it's actually amazing. The fact that such a simple game can incite people, to learn and to have to learn better habits. It's amazing.
yeah, I would really agree. So you've actually planted some trees, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we did. We planted
Wow.
trees. And that was actually amazing. That is actually amazing. When like the mechanic is simple. You when you have a higher score, like when you complete a high score, is that it?
Yeah,
When we allow, well, that's when we plant trees that's when we plant trees. We have like, I don't know if you're aware of that, but like in Senegal, we have something like the advancement of the desert,
yeah,
it's always good to plant a certain type of trees to allow the devil to not advance and gain land. So
Yeah.
we have behaviors such as planting trees, which is always good for the environment, releasing oxygen and such. And that helps like double goals uh, such as the reclaiming of the desert on land and what can I say, restating restating natural habitats for certain animals. And yeah, it's amazing to see that a game can do something like that.
Wow.
And we are trying to create habits like that throughout the game and with other actors of the environment and with people. And it's actually amazing to see that people actually enjoy planting trees. And I think it's the core principle of the environmental cause.
And for your information, so the trees were planted in this area of the car. It's called the Mosquée de la Divinité. I don't know the exact wording in English, but so we've planted the trees around here. So if
Nice.
we're asking, and I mean obviously this is not a picture with I don't know if this was taken prior to the whole thing happening, but this
Yeah.
just if you wanted to visualize, this is where the trees were
Trees.
planted. Yep.
Cool.
We
So,
basically
so
have the core environment of the game, the beach and trees, and yeah,
that's
that's
really cool. Yeah, I love the idea. Clean my beach, then you plant the trees close to the beach. Really, really awesome. So, if I might ask, do the players get to see pictures of their trees being planted or so? Because I'm really, yeah. Forgive me for emphasizing on the trees. It's really, really something exciting and different. Barely done out there, especially in Africa. I think it's done nowhere in Africa. So, do the players get to see pictures of their trees or so?
Yes,
Um,
yes,
yeah.
we
People get
to
to
see
we do share the pictures of the trees
Yes.
and the actual moments.
because there was even a moment where we was the player which has the biggest score
Yeah.
during the months. We
Mm-hmm.
will plant a tree for him, and then we will send him the
The
picture
picture of the
and
tree.
his name underneath the tree.
Yeah.
So it was
Wow.
really, and every player, it was really motivating
Mm-hmm.
for players to see that when their action that they were doing inside the game has an impact in real life and also
Yeah.
good.
Okay, okay then. So I'm looking at, let me see, I'm adding this to my bucket list right now. I should be in Senegal, if not late this year, early next year. And I would love to visit that site. And I think I would play the game so much that I would love to see my name on a tree somewhere. So that's really
It would be a pleasure.
yeah, yeah, I would, I would. I've added it to my bucket list already. Senegal is a place I want to be. If not late this year, early next year, I would be in Senegal and I would be visiting the studio. So I'm really excited. Another thing you showed me in this game that really stands out is the recycling center. I don't know if we can go there. That was like boom.
okay, so
This,
It
yeah,
is actually a cool feature, the recycling center. And you go
yeah,
there.
let me just. I think it's when you finish playing the
Yeah, I
track.
think it's when you finish a level that you
yeah.
get to actually enter the recycling center. Like I
Okay.
think it takes in account all the trashes that you collect. Can
Yeah.
you just more a bit about the
Yes,
recycling?
because you have to collect a certain amount of trash in order to enter that zone, and after you can recycle the trash, and you will gain some kind of coins which you
Yeah.
can use
Use to
to continue
purchase.
the payment.
Yeah.
So
That's really, I love the idea. The idea is like boom, like really, really interesting and exciting for me because then you're actually showing people you've gamified something that actually happens in real life in advanced and okay, we call them developed countries or so. But yeah, this actually happens in reality. Even in Africa, there are lots of people doing it where you return plastic containers, you return bottles, and you get a reward for it. So this year I feel like we are really, really teaching children and adults who are willing to learn what to do and how it happens. And this is an amazing future. This is something I really love about the game. Seeing that you can actually put it there, recycle, and I feel like what's it like? Because I'm thinking we can really blow this up. There are lots of organizations out there that are into sustainability and circular economy. This week we spoke with Sustry. I feel like they would really love to learn more about your game. Tomorrow we'll be speaking with Checheza, which is a platform in Eastern Africa and that provides children with the opportunity to learn by playing. I also feel this is also cool. And yesterday also we spoke with Trista from United Nations Environment Program. And this is what playing for the planet is all about, building games that actually teach people. And like I said, let's even the first part of the game is picking and throwing. That's awesome. But then this feature right here, jokes apart, this just bought me. You just sold me away totally, and I really love it. So I feel like yeah. Sorry.
Oh no, I just wanted to add something, but it's not very related. But we also have something else to show, as a surprise. We also have a surprise to show, and so just need to say that first. So when you're finished, just let us know.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. So guys, this is awesome. I will be doing some introductions, and please, we have a session this evening by 5 p.m. GMT. It's about green coding. I feel you can, through this session, also have a first of all introduction with Trista, Patterson, who runs Playing for Planet. You can check them out. They run this big global game jam for activities like this, and then you can put in your own thoughts, your ideas about this, and also showcase your game. I'm really, really crazy about this future in the game that I just can't stop talking about it. I really love this future because I've not seen it anywhere. I've seen some games on planting of trees, some global games and all, but this one takes it a step further. And I hope people watching can really see what games can do, because this is awesome. So before we go to the future, the surprise you have, let's talk a little bit about you all. Now, you guys are game developers out there in Senegal. Firstly, that's amazing. It's a pleasure to connect with Senegalese game developers once more. I think during last year's Gameathon, I got in touch with some game developers there. Mohammed or Mohammed, I've forgotten. Sorry, it's the pronunciation for me. I have a little issues. But yeah, and game developer as well. And now I'm meeting another set of game developers. So let's talk just a little bit about you all. What's it like being a game developer out there in Senegal? Do people think you're crazy? Or do they think you're out of this world? Like, this is like a god of coding or something like that. Yes, I just love to get a little bit perspective of what game development is there.
So I guess it's going to be very similar to what you see in other parts of Africa, except South Africa and like maybe the northern countries. But I think overall, in countries like Senegal, working in video games, you see lots of like mixed reactions. Very mixed reactions, as in, there are going to be some that are going to be applaud. They're going to applaud you and say, "Oh, that's the future. That's really nice," and all that stuff. But then there's some others that really have a hard time understanding game development, and so they think that maybe some actually think that you're not even making games, you're playing games. Some or some others might look at it and because the way the industry is set up now, there's so many games coming out, and so there's so many games that come out on a yearly basis. So there are many that it's so easy to release a game when the actual reality is just that it's a very competitive industry, and I guess it's something people kind of not really realize. And I think that in Senegal, I think people would take it a lot more seriously today. That like there's gonna be like a real hit, when there's gonna be that one hit. I think that's when people are gonna respect it. Once they're gonna see that it's something that's very profitable. But again, like I said, it's overall mixed reactions. Some saying it's a few, others not really acknowledging it. But I think it's just a work in progress. And like as long as we have time, resource, effort and teamwork, I think it can really
I
happen.
think it's a lack of awareness, and an understanding that it's a growing industry, and a
Yeah.
lot of people, as he said, a lot of people see this as a childish activity, childish work, but not even work, just childish play, and
Yeah.
it is hardly taken seriously. But again, it's a growing behavior that people are actually trying to see that okay, there is there are possibilities in that industry. There are possibilities in that industry, and all that you're lacking is investment and belief, mostly
Yeah.
belief, because if you don't believe that this is something that can give, uh, this is something that can grow into something better, something huge, in the economic scale, well, people won't invest in that. And that is what we
True.
like most investment, belief, and also in structures, because all of us actually don't really come from a video game background.
Yeah.
We come from other studies such as software
So,
engineering and art, but nothing really related to the game industry. So
Yes.
it's all touch and go. We all learn by trial and error. We all learn what it's really touch and go. We all learn by trial and error and try to see, okay, are we actually on the right path? Are we actually doing what needs to be done? And
Yeah.
there is it's a challenge for sure. It's a real challenge, but it's also very interesting to know that we are almost like the only people to actually be interested in something like that and to push forward, to push
Yeah.
forward. That's the most interesting part to understand is that we are the first to try and we want to push, and all we need is the proper structure and infrastructure, the help, I would not help, but investment, and belief mostly that things like that. Making video games takes time, it takes effort, and it's certainly not a chance game. It's work, it's dedication,
yeah,
and that's the challenge we face.
yeah,
I
definitely.
think that's like what Guillaume said, because for me, my background is software engineer, so
Yeah.
most of the thing I know about video game development and all is I learned it from whether YouTube or Udemy, and so I had to put a lot of effort into it in order to master it, and also the Kayfo game studio helped me a lot, and
Yeah.
most of my classmates and all they love to do game development and all, but most of them when they start they find out that it's really complicated, and also and there is here it is partly is it's hard to find a university which teach game development, and also is pretty hard, but I think in the future we can have other game developer and all with the help of online platform. So
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think that it will go further and all.
Well, that's I'm in total agreement. You should know you are not alone. Everything you have said, I believe, is felt across Africa, especially Western, Eastern, basically across Africa. Lots of people struggle. There's no formal place of learning. We all learn basically online. Udemy, Coursera, and name it. But yeah, you guys have done something amazing. Kayfo Studios really is an amazing place to be. Like I said, I'm going to check it out. It's on my
Definitely.
bucket list already, and I'm really excited to see what you have to show the world, what you guys are building. I know there are lots of more games that you guys have, basically. I don't know if that's part of the surprise or if you want to show us something else. So, Saren, I think over to you.
Okay, so speaking of surprise, you're partially right because it's not a game that we have done, but it's a game that
Okay.
we're actually currently making. And
Yeah.
so we're kind of, I guess, premiering it. in a way
Awesome.
because we haven't publicly released it, and the
Yeah.
game we kind of built it up. We kind of built it up off of Clean My Beach,
Yeah.
off of like those mechanics, and so wait, let me share it. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna
No problem.
let me just I'm just don't mind my wallpaper. Don't mind my wallpapers.
They're awesome. I feel the confidence. I saw the anime one. I'm like, boom, yeah.
So,
What's your favorite anime?
huh?
What's your favorite anime?
My favorite anime, I think it will be something like Hunter x Hunter.
Ah, not watched.
I think I would say
Okay.
that. So, this game that we're about to present to you is we kind of built off of like Clean My Beach
Yeah.
mechanics, and the game is
Yeah.
called Jam Rush, where like you are it's designed for phones. It's a strictly mobile game. We just made a PC build for the presentation, and
Yeah.
so for information, it's basically a basketball game actually, though. So it has nothing to do with environment, but it is
Yeah.
about basketball, and you're traveling around the world, and there are different destinations. And let me show you how it works. So this is the first level. It's in New York,
Ah,
and so this is how it works. It's we kind of like the same mechanics, that you
yeah.
saw um, from my beach. And so the goal is to score. I wish you guys had the sound. I think I could share it, but let me see. But
This is a basketball game with which was actually very much inspired by the mechanic of Team My Beach, and
Yeah.
I'm actually very proud of this one because it showcases again the graphic talents that we really want to showcase around the world, and also the possibilities that we can do around here in Dakar. And it's still in development. It's in development, but as you can see, it's already fairly fun.
Yeah.
Fairly fun to play and such, and levels actually increasing difficulties and in challenges and such. And yeah, but we just wanted to showcase what we can do and what we can work. We try to we center fun. All our projects are against a centered on fun, so we are able to really work in environmental process, but and also making games that are inherently funny and entertaining to play. So
Yeah.
this is what Kayfo is all about.
Cool. Cool. I really love it.
Which literally translates into let's play in the native language.
Okay. Is that Bambara?
hmm?
You said the native language. Is that Bambara?
No, it's Wolof. Wolof. It's Wolof.
Wolof, yes. Sorry. So Bambara is Mali.
And,
Yeah.
and one important aspect of this game is that usually those games they're when in terms of representation, it's very limited to the it's very Eurocentric, or has some American cities or Asian cities. But this game, even though we included them, we also included some African cities, such as
Yeah.
Dakar, Senegal,
South Africa.
South Africa, and yeah, and we're gonna include more and more in the future. Depending on how. Like, see, I just unlocked the car. Let me show you what the car looks like.
That's Senegal on the map, eh?
So now, and there's also like this tutorial notion, I guess we're also gonna have to work on. And so this is the map of Senegal, and so as you can see, we have the Monument de la Renaissance, and with other like small like pixel art, props that kind of like depicts the Senegalese atmosphere. I mean, I guess you're familiar with the way the car looks, right? Like
Yeah.
the monuments and all that.
Yeah.
So, That's how we play it. And so, it's they're the challenge is mainly like to have the best score, and with the leaderboards and all that, it's very competitive, especially if you're going to show it to your friends, and there's so much to explore with this game, and and it's not the same experience all the time, because with the level design there's going to be different hoops and different bonuses, different level ups,
Yeah.
so it's a very interesting, game in is a very interesting game, and I recommend people to really play it once we like do an open beta, or once we're gonna do some public releasing, and
Yes.
huh?
Follow our endeavors. You see
Yes.
that what we can do, and I'm pretty sure you'll end up knowing. You'll be aware when the game is on release or in test phase and such.
Yeah, exactly,
So
and
that's our surprise. That is our surprise for now. So
yes, and that was basically our surprise. So be the first to play it. We would love to hear your feedback, and also first and foremost, have fun.
Yes, exactly. First and foremost, have fun. Really love that. Really love what you guys are doing. Like, seriously, I am. It's been tough in the African creative industry, especially the gaming industry. But I'm really excited to see that lots more people are, despite the struggles, despite the stories, people that were in it before have given out there, people are still getting in. And yes, I can say I do strongly believe that very soon is going to be a new wave of change coming around, because like the issues we've mentioned in terms of funding, we have lots of organizations working right now to ensure African game developers can have access to funding. On our end, we are trying to organize a business pitch, a game dev pitch for game developers, where you can meet publishers who are willing to invest and the likes. And there are many more in terms of education. You have Net Info, having the African Game Developers programs. You have incubation in South Africa with Crazy Labs. So there are really exciting projects coming up here and there all across Africa. In Eastern Africa, we have Jiwe.io, the itch.io, and more for Africa, where you can put your games, earn money straight into your mobile money wallet. So I feel like this is exciting. I feel like this generation is going to this new decade. Yeah, let me put it this way. This is 2021. So this decade is really going to change the creative industry for Africa. And I'm really, really excited to see what we would do. So yeah, it was really, really amazing having you guys come on board. Thanks so much for showing us this. This is really awesome. Thanks for sharing your games, your work, and your time with us. I'm really, really,
thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Yeah.
It's been very
And
nice.
I'm like I made mention of, let's see how we can connect. There are lots of I don't know how it's like to travel or so because of the pandemic and in terms of funds and the likes. But then there are lots of activities coming up which would be seeing how to connect you with. There's Fakugesi Festival. They are looking at showcasing games this year, and we would reach out to all game studios basically to see those willing to showcase. There's Lagos Comic Con coming up in September. There is Africa Comic Game Marathon coming up in November. There's the Feja Festival. I don't know if you know of the Feja.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
So that's coming up as well. There's GamesCon coming up. There's Africa Games Week. So there are lots of activities that you could also use to showcase your work. Let's also see how you could come on board this evening so we can speak with Trista of the United Nations Environment Program and Playing for Planet, and we can see what we can do with the Clean My Beach game. See if we can get more audience or so. And if there's anything more you want to do, really, let's see how we can connect. I'm really excited. I don't know. Can I ask this question? Are there more gaming studios in Senegal that you are aware of?
In Senegal, no, we are the only one.
I mean,
Wow.
there are just some people that are
Yes,
trying
yeah.
to make it, but they are
people
individual.
trying to rise up, trying to, gather group and try to do
Yeah.
something. Really. But as of now, I believe we are the only official
Game
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah, because the thing
Awesome.
here in Senegal is that it's not a matter of like talent. It's just how the talent is actually used. If that makes sense.
how to connect,
Because-
how to connect people
because-
and last.
because usually what you see, I don't know if it's not only if it's also the case elsewhere in Africa, but in Senegal, for instance, there's some software engineers, there's some artists, there's some people that might have some design skills too. But the thing is, a lot of them, they just work in their corners. They work in their corner on their own,
Yeah.
and they just want to like have this story of like this one dude that built this Minecraft like
Yeah.
game, or
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
strike it big on their own. And it just makes, I guess, the whole thing harder, because if people were able to connect, like Guillaume said, and
Exactly.
kind of build something up, have some sort of structure. I think, for
Yeah.
instance, the reason he said we're the only studio is because of that, because we're the only ones that have like an actual structure. We're not a bunch of friends making game. We're actually some game devs that are actually in this and doing it professionally and trying
Yeah.
our best to make some fun experiences while this also being profitable.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, collaboration is needed in the industry. So yeah, we'll see what we can do together. You have taken like 20 extra minutes of your time. So we'll see what we can do together. And really, really thanks so much for coming on board. It was really a pleasure hosting you guys. Great work you're doing out there. Let's see how we can push this to the world. I'm really interested. I'm sold. You sold me with that recycling bit, really, 100. If I was an investor, you have my money. Yeah, if I was an investor, you have my money. That's it. So let's see what we can push. Let's see what we can do. I would put in effort to see how we can move this game. And it works well as well for us, since this is the E-Africa Challenge. People are building about climate. And then you guys have done something about cleaning the beach. So I'm going to do my best to make noise about this. Let's see what we can do together. So thanks so much. And please
Thank
do
you.
continue making magic.
Yes, it was.
It was definitely a pleasure.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So yeah, guys, wow, that was, yeah, I was sold 100%. I would not lie. I really loved that bit of the game where they had this recycling bit. And why is that so much important? It's so much important because this is what gamification is all about. This is what how do I put it? This is more like is it what's the word? Let me see. Hold on, guys. I need to get the word. I'm really, really sold and excited about this game. This is so what I use. I just want to confirm so I don't say something wrong online. Yeah. Yeah. So this is more like active learning in a very, very strong way. This is more like active learning. Yeah, because you see, someone is playing the game. Children, these kids, in this case, youths, adults, they're playing the game, and then they realize that okay, not only can I pick up trash, I can make money from disposing this trash. And this is the thought process that really blew my mind. Because like we said, one thing missing in the creative industry so far has been that entrepreneurial push. But yeah, we have a studio based out in Senegal that is actually telling you that, oh, even inside the game, they're teaching you that you can take action and make profit off your action. So it's not a waste, it's a 50-50. You're saving your 100 actually, because you're saving your planet and then you're making money of it. You could actually recycle items. So it's not just enough to pick them. How do you dispose them? You get the idea? And do you dispose them by burning, which right now should be illegal everywhere? If it's not, people should not be burning plastic or so anymore. I mean, look at what is happening to our climate. But you pick that up, you dispose it properly, and you can get some returns of it. This is entrepreneurial. This is the kind of thought process that I really, really love and I really look forward to seeing. And yes, I really, really 100% love the idea. And that's Kayfo Games. I've shared the link on in the comment section. So please do take time to go look out and see what you can do, basically. Go through the studios, see the projects they are working on. They have really interesting, cool stuff. And it will be good if we can support them. Are you an NGO in the industry? Pushing for climate change, pushing for cleaning of beaches, keeping the environment clean, ocean waste, stuff like that. You can reach out to game developers. Let's collaborate, guys. within the industry, outside the industry, cross industry. Let's think big. There's so much that can be done with gaming. And not just gaming, there's animation, there's XR, virtual reality, augmented reality. So yeah, sorry, the internet kicked me out just a little, but now I'm back. And yeah, we're 5 minutes away from the next session, which basically is going to introduce us to our next speaker. Really excited about our next speaker. Her name is Felicienne Diarra, and she's from Mali. Felicienne Diarra, and she's from Mali. She's the president of Jeune Startup Malians. I don't know if I'm correct. And we'll be having a new guest today who would be supporting us in moderating the session because, yeah, you see, E-Africa Challenge is for the entire of Africa. And we're trying to ensure that everybody from everywhere is involved. It's all about collaboration, guys. Success in the industry, becoming better, growing this industry is not going to be one organization's work. And that's why we at Africa Communicate are really, really excited about meeting new people, working with people. I mean, look at the roster of people that have come on board to support E-Africa Challenge. Just by coming to speak, to share their knowledge, so much has been done. It's really exciting for us, guys. And we would love to move this forward. So the next speaker is going to be speaking French, 100% most likely. Don't feel scared or thrown off. It's going to be exciting, I can tell you, and I look forward to it. I'll be on the session as well, although I would have a colleague of mine come on board to moderate the session because my French, you don't want to hear my French. And yeah, so we are 4 minutes away and we're supposed to do like a quick catch up. And I must ask, how is the course going? I've heard lots of feedback. The course is good, but then 8 hours, Yeah, so the idea behind the course is so that those who join, those who want to build something have adequate information. We don't want you to go out building something out there and your data is wrong. We want you to build backed with knowledge. And what better place to get that knowledge from than a structured course from United Nations? That's like a good place to go through. I've gone through the course. I'm also on it. I'm also trying to meet the deadline. It's not easy, I know. So if you're having issues with the 8 hours, 100, I'm also struggling with it. But let's do our best to see what we can do so that we can actually, when we're building something, we are building from an informed place. We're not just building off the top of our head. Okay, that's very important. Also, this evening by 5 p.m., we have a session, a workshop, which will be hosted on Zoom, not streamed live, so that we can have access to some some little like Jamboards and the likes, and everyone can interact, not you watching through YouTube. We want you to interact with us directly. It promises to be interesting. It's in a new field called green coding, and it's basically new. Lots of people, I don't think the concept is new, and Trista is one of the people really pushing this to see how we can better, as developers, make use of energy. As developers, we can also make our quarter to sustaining the planet. So we want you as developers, as animators, as the techies, basically, to come on board and contribute. Share your opinions. There's going to be it's going to be a structured conversations where you ask questions, topics are brought up, and then you bring out your opinion. And trust me, there's so much for you to learn. We really love to have you there. The link for it is yeah, if I'm not wrong, that's going to be bit.ly. Let me see. I think I'll drop it in the chat section, in the comment section, so that you can go through that. Yes, that's just bit.ly/green coding workshop. Let me type that out. And then also there is a report done by Playing for Planet, which I think you should go through. I went through it last night, and guys, I'm really, really blown away. Like, I love it. Simple. I just love it. There's so much there that can give you information, so much things in terms of strategy and the likes. And I think we'll see how we can do something like that as well for ourselves. Because for this challenge right now, for the projects that will be built, we're going to, of course, try to compile it so that we can present it to the world. So if you're building something, please know that it's not just for today. Your works, we're going to try to push them out to get it out there to an audience to see what you have done. That's also why we want to ensure that whatever you're building, you are backed with information and you're actually doing something you personally would be proud of eventually. And yeah, so I'm going to call my colleague and friend, the only Malian I know. I'm going to bring him on stage so we can have a chat before Felicienne joins us. And yeah, so Ibrahima would be joining us very soon. He would give me the heads up once he's ready to join, and would bring him as well while we wait for Felicienne. So I've dropped the link to the session. Please register. It's a Zoom session, and we want to know who is joining in. We want to see you. We want to interact with you all. It's very important. And as for the report, I'm typing that in right now. That's bit.ly/P for P, which stands for Playing for Planet, report. Yep. Let me confirm that if you use the link, it's going to work, because that's very important. And yeah, please note, I've also gotten lots of questions. Is it too late to join us? So it's not too late to join. Even if this is your first time getting introduced to the Africa Challenge, you should know that you can catch up. All of these sessions are basically online on our YouTube channel, and you could also continue with the course, go through the course and build something. Also, another thing that is important to note is the challenge is not just for game developers. So if you have a friend that makes short movies, animation, comic, even just an illustration, say a digital art created with Illustrator or something, Corel Draw, Photoshop, that still works. The idea is you can pass a message. Art is about passing a message. And you can do that with whatever creative skill you have. Don't feel limited. And I know this is for digital creatives as well, because yeah, the world is going digital, but it doesn't limit you. Don't limit yourself. Try and make that push and see how you can get involved. Yeah. Sorry, the internet is going here, there, and we're moving. So, yep, we're waiting for Felicienne and Ibrahima Munkur. While we wait, muted.
A game gives us time with the players around building empathy with the animals, empathy with the habitats, empathy with the people that are trying to protect this stuff.
So the gaming industry has unprecedented reach and influence across the world. So whether you're in Indonesia or India, everybody's playing games. What we're saying at UN Environment is to include green nudges in every game, or to try and get more money that can go to causes that can make a difference, or to subsidize games that have meaning so they can be produced and taken into the world to make it the place that we all need it to be.
If we can get the stuff that we're making into the hands of players and the people that we actually need to reach with this messaging, then that is where the help will come in most useful.
We want to work with the gaming industry to see how they can make a greater difference to the world. So whether it's for climate change, for nature, more sustainable choices, they can do huge things to see how we can get everybody to play for the planet.
Yes, guys, sorry about that. Yep. We are back. We had some little issues getting Felicienne and Ibrahima on board. And yep, let me welcome Ibrahima to the stage. Hello, Ibrahim.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm good, Oscar. Thank you for having me today.
Awesome. So just a quick introduction. Ibrahima is the CTO at Volkswagen, a logistics company, last mile logistics company based out in Ghana. So he's the CTO there, and if you want to move things around and you're in Ghana, yeah, you really should check out Volkswagen. And he's going to be the moderator of this session with Felicienne Diarra, who will be speaking on the effects of climate change on our environment. And let's welcome Felicienne to the session. Hello. Hello, Felicienne. You are live now. Can you hear us?
Salut Felicienne. Actuellement, je pense qu'on va pouvoir t'entendre. Est-ce que tu nous entends de ton côté?
Mon Dieu.
Est-ce que tu nous entends? Alors Felicienne, est-ce que tu peux nous entendre?
Je ne vous entends pas.
Okay, she can't hear us for now. Yeah. Maybe you can essaie de voir si tu peux enlever l'écouteur. Okay, let me just do that. Essaie de voir si tu enlèves l'écouteur, si ça marche.
Oui, maintenant je vous entends.
Super.
Vous m'entendez?
Yeah, she can hear us now. Fantastique. Alors, Alors, à tout le monde, soyez les bienvenus. Aujourd'hui. Bonjour et bonsoir. Bonsoir à tout le monde, dépendant d'où vous nous rejoignez. Il est actuellement 13h au Ghana et c'est sûr qu'il est actuellement 16h en Éthiopie, par exemple. Donc, bienvenue à toutes et à tous. Nous sommes le 3e jour de e-Africa Challenge. Et donc, il s'agit d'une conférence annuelle d'une semaine pour les créatifs numériques africains, donc visant à sensibiliser aux objectifs de développement durable, ainsi qu'à fournir une formation et un soutien aux créatifs africains qui souhaitent devenir des ambassadeurs et des ODD et lancer des projets et des startups qui favorisent leur réalisation, je veux dire. Donc, nous allons directement commencer. Aujourd'hui, nous recevons Felicienne Diarra, présidente de Jeunes Startups Maliennes, donc, qui va nous parler de l'impact du changement climatique sur l'environnement. Alors, Felicienne Diarra, bienvenue.
Oui. Merci beaucoup et bonjour à vous. J'espère que vous allez bien également. Bonjour Oscar, comment tu vas? C'est toi? Ok. Ok, d'accord. Donc, nous allons commencer. Je me présente. C'est Diarra Felicienne. Comme il a évidemment dit, je suis la présidente de l'association Jeunes Start-up Malienne, qui est une association de jeunes entrepreneurs maliens. Donc, nous allons directement enchaîner avec le thème du jour. Aujourd'hui, nous allons parler de l'impact du changement climatique sur l'environnement cas de l'Afrique de l'Ouest. Donc, pour moi, c'est un privilège vraiment de présenter sur ce thème-là. Déjà, je suis environnementaliste. Je fais M2 en génie des procédés de l'environnement. Donc, est-ce qu'on peut lancer le diapositive, s'il vous plaît?
Make it live. Juste un instant, on va le partager.
Ok, d'accord. Ok, d'accord. Ok, d'accord. Donc, voilà le thème du jour, l'impact du changement climatique sur l'environnement, cas de l'Afrique de l'Ouest. Nous pouvons passer au slide suivant. Voilà, donc, comme sommaire aujourd'hui, nous allons voir ensemble une introduction. Après, nous allons voir ensemble les causes du changement climatique en Afrique de l'Ouest et nous allons parler des conséquences du changement climatique. Puis, nous allons voir ensemble quelles sont les opportunités qui s'offrent à nous, jeunes Africains. Et bien sûr, nous allons conclure avec une conclusion. Donc, on peut passer au slide suivant. Donc, comme introduction, nous allons voir ensemble c'est quoi le changement climatique. Oui, on peut passer au slide suivant. Donc, nous allons parler du changement climatique. C'est quoi le changement climatique? Mais avant cela, je vais faire une petite description de l'Afrique de l'Ouest, comment il est situé et tout ça. Donc, l'Afrique de l'Ouest se situe entre le tropique du Cancer et l'équateur. Il est situé au nord par le désert du Sahara, au sud par l'océan Atlantique, à l'est par le lac de Tchad, au sud-est par le massif d'Adamawa. Donc, l'Afrique de l'Ouest a deux climats, on appelle ça les deux zones, la zone sahélienne et le climat humide. On peut passer au slide suivant. Donc, l'Afrique de l'Ouest est composée de 16 pays, à savoir le Burkina. Nous avons 16 pays, on ne va pas se mettre à citer tous ces pays-là, mais c'est vraiment important de le savoir en fait. Les 16 pays sont le Bénin, le Burkina, le Cap-Vert, la Côte d'Ivoire, le Ghana, le Mali, la Guinée-Bissau, le Libéria, le Niger, la Mauritanie, la Guinée-Conakry, le Nigeria, le Sénégal, la Sierra Leone et le Togo. Donc, c'est ces 16 pays qui constituent l'Afrique de l'Ouest. Nous savons que le changement climatique touche, l'Afrique est vraiment vulnérable à cela. Des études ont prouvé que les pays de l'Afrique de l'Ouest sont vraiment vulnérables au changement climatique. Donc, nous allons voir en quelque sorte c'est quoi le changement climatique. C'est une déformation. C'est un équilibre qui est déjà établi et le changement climatique, c'est la déformation de cet équilibre qui est déjà établi. Et cet équilibre le déséquilibre est dû à quoi? C'est dû aux œuvres anthropiques. L'œuvre anthropique, c'est en quelque sorte la pollution de l'air, de l'eau et du sol. Donc, nous allons voir ensemble quelles sont les causes du changement climatique en Afrique. On peut passer au slide suivant. Quelles sont les causes du changement climatique? Donc, nous allons voir l'environnement. On peut passer, s'il vous plaît. C'est quoi l'environnement? L'environnement est constitué de deux mots, on va dire la biotique et l'abiotique. La biotique, c'est tout ce qui est vivant, les espèces qui sont vivantes, à savoir les animaux et les végétaux. Et l'abiotique, c'est tout ce qui n'est pas vivant. C'est en quelque sorte l'air, le sol, l'eau et puis le soleil qui réchauffe un peu la température de la Terre. Donc, on peut passer, s'il vous plaît. Nous allons parler de la pollution de l'air en Afrique de l'Ouest. D'abord, nous allons parler de l'effet de serre. À l'origine du changement climatique, nous avons les gaz à effet de serre. L'effet de serre en elle-même, elle est une couche qui est un peu au-dessus de l'atmosphère et cette couche-là permet de filtrer les rayons du soleil. Et lorsque on fait la pollution, c'est-à-dire avec les gaz à émission de serre, cette couche se densifie au fait. la couche devient de plus en plus dense. Et c'est ce qui contribue au réchauffement climatique. Et lorsque, comment dire, cette couche se densifie, le climat de la Terre augmente. Après, nous allons parler de, comment dire, de la pollution due à l'automobile. En Afrique de l'Ouest, nous faisons face vraiment à la pollution automobile. C'est-à-dire, des experts ont montré que sur les 5 voitures qui sont revendues en Afrique, 4 sont vraiment très polluants et ne répondent pas aux critères environnementaux. Ce qui veut dire que l'Afrique fait vraiment face à cela. Voilà un peu la liste des polluants qui sont très, très nocifs pour la santé. Donc, voilà un peu l'image de la pollution de l'air. On peut passer, s'il vous plaît, au slide suivant. Voilà, vous voyez un peu, comment dire, la pollution de l'eau. Donc, nous allons continuer avec la pollution de l'eau. En Afrique, on fait face aussi au fléau de la pollution des eaux. Ce qui veut dire que nous avons les eaux domestiques et les eaux industrielles. En Afrique de l'Ouest, on a vraiment ce problème-là, ce qui contribue fortement au changement climatique avec les eaux domestiques et les eaux industrielles. Parce que nous vivons dans un écosystème. Lorsque le milieu aquatique est pollué en quelque sorte, ça joue un peu sur le climat. Ce qui fait qu'en Afrique, l'une des causes du réchauffement climatique, c'est aussi les eaux usées. Donc, nous pouvons passer au slide suivant. Des études également ont montré que l'Afrique fait face, à la déforestation et à l'incendie. Et des experts également ont fait par des études qui disent que 20% des forêts africaines, surtout de l'Afrique de l'Ouest, sont en voie de disparition. Et la Côte d'Ivoire est vraiment touchée par cela, parce que c'est le premier pays cultivateur de cacao. Ce qui fait que la déforestation joue beaucoup sur le changement climatique avec l'incendie et l'exploitation des sols. On peut passer au slide suivant, s'il vous plaît. Voilà un peu les conséquences de la déforestation. Nous assistons à la disparition de certaines espèces végétales et à la disparition de certaines espèces animales. Eux aussi, ils contribuent à la stabilité, c'est-à-dire à tenir l'équilibre de la Terre ou bien du climat terrestre. On peut passer, s'il vous plaît. Après, nous allons parler des déchets. Les déchets constituent également en Afrique de l'Ouest, l'un des causes également du changement climatique. Nous avons les déchets ménagers, les déchets électroniques et l'exploitation minière. Dans les déchets ménagers, je peux citer le pays comme le Mali et le Niger, qui sont vraiment très pollués à cause des déchets ménagers. Et des études également ont montré que le Ghana et le Nigeria, dans la zone ouest africaine, sont les pays qui sont vraiment très touchés par les déchets électroniques. Et les déchets miniers, c'est un peu partout en Afrique de l'Ouest. Hein. Il y a cet écologiste sénégalais qui disait que nous vivons dans un village planétaire. Et lui, il a l'impression que, la fosse septique de ce village se trouve en Afrique en quelque sorte. Parce que après l'Afrique fait face aux déchets endogènes, c'est-à-dire les déchets qui sont produits par nous-mêmes les Africains. En même temps, nous faisons face aux déchets exogènes qui sont exportés de l'extérieur. C'est pas mal en quelque sorte, mais la gestion, c'est ce qui est mal. Donc, en Afrique, on doit vraiment se réveiller et veiller sur nos déchets pour que nous puissions pallier au fléau de changement climatique. On peut passer, s'il vous plaît. Maintenant, nous allons voir ensemble quelles sont les conséquences du changement climatique sur l'environnement. Tout d'abord, nous avons l'effet sur la santé. L'effet sur la santé, c'est très important parce que nous avons vu un peu les particules, les polluants, on les a pas cités, mais ce sont des polluants qui sont très, très nocifs pour la santé. Parce que nous avons les particules. Les particules, par exemple, ils viennent directement se loger, dans l'appareil respiratoire. Parce que notre appareil nasal filtre en quelque sorte l'air que nous respirons. Mais cet appareil-là ne peut pas filtrer les particules parce que ce sont à l'échelle nanométrique. Ce qui fait qu'en Afrique, nous assistons vraiment aux maladies respiratoires. Le paludisme également, c'est l'un des fléaux en Afrique parce qu'on est à peu près à 400 000 cas par an et des études ont montré que si on prend 100%, 93% sont du taux de paludisme se trouve en Afrique. Et l'Afrique de l'Ouest n'est pas épargnée de cela. Donc, nous devrons vraiment faire, faire face au changement climatique pour les effets sur la santé. Après, nous avons l'effet sur le climat également. Si on essaye de voir la cartographie de l'Afrique, un peu au nord de l'Afrique, nous voyons que c'est la sécheresse qui avance en quelque sorte. C'est le désert qui avance. Et un peu au sud, c'est-à-dire les pays comme la Guinée, la Gambie et tout ça, eux, ils font face à l'inondation parce qu'ils sont un peu à côté de, comme on appelle, de l'océan Atlantique. Et ils font face à cela. Donc, on a la sécheresse au nord et l'inondation au sud, ce qui est vraiment l'un des effets du changement climatique. Après, nous avons l'effet sur la société également, qui est le chômage et la migration. Et je suis très chanceuse, si je peux le dire. J'ai eu à travailler avec l'OIM, qui est l'Organisation internationale pour la migration, avec la Caritas également. Ici, en Algérie, nous accueillons des migrants. Et la plupart des migrants que nous accueillons, ceux qui sont en migration à cause du changement climatique, c'est justement dû au chômage. Parce que les terres qui étaient cultivables, ces terres ne le sont plus à cause soit de la sécheresse, soit de l'inondation, ce qui amène le fléau du chômage. Après ce chômage-là, ils cherchent à vivre une vie meilleure, ce qui ce qui leur pousse à aller à la migration. Ce qui veut dire que le changement climatique joue sur la société, sur la santé, sur le climat et également sur la société. C'est vraiment un sujet qui est d'actualité et nous devons vraiment prendre en compte le fléau du changement climatique. Après, je vais essayer de vous expliquer un peu le cycle de l'eau. Le changement climatique influe également sur le cycle de l'eau. Parce que lorsque la température de la Terre augmente, nous avons la température océanique également qui augmente. Lorsqu'on augmente la température de l'eau, elle se dilate. Lorsque l'eau se dilate, elle prend un peu du volume. Et c'est la prise de volume également qui amène le fléau de l'inondation. Et en Afrique, on fait vraiment face à cela. Et des études également ont montré que, selon l'ONU, je pense, qui disent que l'Afrique contribue à moins de 4%, pas l'Afrique de l'Ouest, mais toute l'Afrique, contribue à 4% des gaz à émission de fer, mais c'est l'Afrique qui souffre beaucoup du changement climatique. Et on peut passer au slide suivant. J'aimerais parler du fleuve Niger, s'il vous plaît. On peut passer au fleuve, voilà, exactement. Le fleuve Niger. Le fleuve Niger est alimenté et traverse 9 pays d'Afrique, c'est-à-dire 9 pays d'Afrique. Parmi ces 9 pays-là, nous avons 7 qui sont en Afrique de l'Ouest. Et ces 7 pays-là, 80% de la population de ces pays-là vivent du fleuve Niger. Mais aujourd'hui, nous voyons que le fleuve Niger fait face vraiment à un changement climatique qui est, au changement de la faune et de la flore qui est très, très important et c'est très inquiétant. J'aimerais vraiment nous exhorter à ce que nous puissions vraiment contribuer ensemble à pallier les effets du changement climatique, surtout nous qui vivons en Afrique de l'Est. On peut passer au slide suivant. Maintenant, je vais vous parler un peu des opportunités de développement en Afrique. C'est vrai, nous avons parlé des problèmes, des conséquences et tout ça. Maintenant, c'est une opportunité pour nous. Parce que moi, en tant qu'ingénieur en en environnement, je trouve que tous ces problèmes-là, ce sont des opportunités pour nous. Et en tant que la présidente de Jeunes Startup également, je vois l'opportunité pour nous, les jeunes Africains. Nous avons la gestion des déchets. Pour ce cas, je peux citer l'exemple du Bénin. Nous avons un entrepreneur qui est là-bas qui, lui, il ne parle pas de déchets. Lui, il dit or qui est dur, c'est-à-dire c'est de l'or qui est dur, ordure. Il prend ça comme ça. C'est-à-dire que nous avons le potentiel de prendre ces problèmes-là
Félicien, on dirait qu'on a on a un peu de mal à recevoir Felicienne. Elle a sûrement un problème de connexion Internet. Ce qui est sûr, c'est que le sujet allait vraiment à un niveau où ça devenait de plus en plus important et de plus en plus intéressant également. Et actuellement, franchement, tout ce que nous pouvons dire actuellement, c'est que euh, le problème du changement climatique n'est pas seulement un problème à résoudre par un seul pays, c'est un problème qui est global, c'est un problème qui doit être résolu par, par tout le monde. Tout le monde doit y contribuer, en Afrique, dans le monde, partout, tout le monde doit contribuer pour le changement climatique. C'est un problème très, très important. Hey, Oscar, I think, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're muted, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I think actually Felicien has an issue with the internet. So let's hope she will be back very soon. Yes, that's all. So yeah. Donc je disais qu'actuellement, franchement, de la manière dont allait la conférence et tout, c'est super, super, super important et j'imagine que beaucoup de personnes parviennent à comprendre vraiment l'impact qu'aura comment dire, la résolution de certains de ces problèmes qu'elle a mentionnés sur notre environnement. Sur notre environnement. Et je disais également que ce n'est pas un problème qui doit être résolu vraiment par un seul pays, c'est une combinaison, c'est une collaboration de tous les pays du monde, de l'Afrique en particulier, dont nous parlons aujourd'hui. Et voilà. Essayons de donner un petit instant à Felicienne pour être sûr que tout va bien actuellement.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get in touch with Ibrahima so that we see if it will be possible to round up this session. Okay?
Sure.
Okay then, guys. That was actually going very well. Internet troubles are not strange in Africa. But then it should not look like it's just Africa. Out there in the world as well, the internet messes up sometimes as well. So let's see if we can get Felicienne back on the call. And yeah, I do hope your afternoon is going very well. It's a little bit, it's not sunny. The weather is actually good today in Ghana. And according to Google, 30 degrees Celsius, we should expect some light rain. How is it doing on your end? And I do hope you're taking out time to go through the course. And the day is going very well. I would love to see those who will be able to share their certificates at the end of today. I hope I will be able to share mine as well. Yeah, so that's really, really, really something we're looking up to. And yep, let's go on a little commercial break. Let's have a look at Kayfo Game Studio once more, as well as the video recording from United Nations Environment Program. That video was was made in 2019, if I'm not wrong. Please do take time to go through the reports. Let's see how things turn out. I look forward to what we'll do. Tomorrow the hackathon is starting, yeah. So I'm excited. I'm busy on the back end. Let's see what we can do.
A game gives us time with the players around building empathy with the animals, empathy with the habitats, empathy with the people that are trying to protect this stuff.
So the gaming industry has unprecedented reach and influence across the world. So whether you're in Indonesia or India, everybody's playing games. What we're saying at UN Environment is to include green nudges in every game, or to try and get more money that can go to causes that can make a difference, or to subsidise games that have meaning so they can be produced and taken into the world to make it the place that we all need it to be.
If we can get the stuff that we're making into the hands of players and the people that we actually need to reach with this messaging, then that is where the help will come in most useful.
We want to work with the gaming industry to see how they can make a greater difference to the world. So whether it's for climate change, for nature, more sustainable choices, they can do huge things to see how we can get everybody to play for the planet.
A game gives us time with the players around building empathy with the animals, empathy with the habitats, empathy with the people that are trying to protect this stuff.
So the gaming industry has unprecedented reach and influence across the world. So whether you're in Indonesia or India, everybody's playing games. What we're saying at UN Environment is to include green nudges in every game, or to try and get more money that can go to causes that can make a difference, or to subsidise games that have meaning so they can be produced and taken into the world to make it the place that we all need it to be.
If we can get the stuff that we're making into the hands of players and the people that we actually need to reach with this messaging, then that is where the help will come in most useful.
We want to work with the gaming industry to see how they can make a greater difference to the world. So whether it's for climate change, for nature, more sustainable choices, they can do huge things to see how we can get everybody to play for the planet.
So yes, guys, we seem to have experienced some issues with Felicienne and the internet. There seems to be some trouble with internet on our end. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. Yes, Ibrahima, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, Askar, I can hear you. So, yeah, so on a eu un petit problème technique actuellement du côté de Felicienne. Et, yeah, so, en attendant, comme je vous l'ai dit, nous allons mettre fin à la session d'aujourd'hui. Il manquait plus que deux slides pour finir avec la présentation, notamment la partie conclusion où elle devait donner des conseils sur tout ce qu'elle a eu à dire sur l'impact du changement climatique sur l'environnement. Alors, de ce fait, nous allons essayer de voir de l'accorder à une session pour finir avec la présentation. Ça va être une session Zoom. Et pour finir avec la présentation, et nous l'ajouterons sur YouTube pour que tout le monde, toutes les personnes qui étaient en train de suivre puissent vraiment avoir la version complète de sa présentation. Et encore, merci beaucoup. Et franchement, le problème lié au climat est un problème global. C'est un problème qui est global et nous devons tous s'y mettre tous ensemble pour vraiment trouver une solution à ce problème. Merci beaucoup et à la prochaine. Thank you, Oscar.
Okay, so we have these shots, basically. We have, we do shots for these various sessions. We're going to be breaking them out. So we believe we'll be able to round up on the session and get it across to everyone out there. Thank you all for joining. Happy jamming, happy learning. Tomorrow the hackathon starts, so we look forward to meeting you. Do enjoy your afternoon. Bye.
Bye.